Once the adhesive has been applied to the surface of the insulating board, the latter should be fixed to the surface immediately. If too long a delay occurs after applying the adhesive and before fixing the board, a cement film might start forming on the surface. The adhesive should not be applied to EPS insulating boards that have become yellow from exposure to UV radiation. In such cases, the board should be re-sanded, and only then can work proceed with the application of the adhesive. The insulating boards are fixed following the brick bond principle very tightly to each other, but without allowing adhesive to enter the contact cracks. The vertical edges of the insulating board should be placed at least 15 centimeters. Any crack should be filled with pieces of thermal insulation or filled with insulating foam. Also, pay special attention to the proper insulation of insulating boards at the corners of windows and door openings. The flatness of the exterior surface coatings must be verified throughout the fixing process with a board of appropriate length. The insulating boards that have been fixed should be left for 1 to 2 days before proceeding with facade works. The principles that apply to brick bonds can also be used at the corners, where the board should extend by at least a couple of centimeters beyond the outer surface of the lining of the adjacent wall. At the corner, a so-called cross connection should be made. The surplus parts of the boards at the corners can be trimmed off only after 2 to 3 days after the fixing. In order to avoid the formation of a thermal bridge in the windowsill area, install an additional thermal insulation to the outside of the window parapet. In the video, an example of incorrect installation of a windowsill can be seen, fixed directly to the parapet wall. A stone shelf installed in such a manner represents a thermal bridge. Given that there could be multiple such thermal bridges in the building, this may represent an important percentage of thermal loss. The correct execution of the details on doors and windows is very important. If the window is placed toward the center of the wall thickness, the windowsill can be installed before starting with the insulation boards. The windowsill must be installed as precisely as possible, where the sill depth should be at least enough for the outer border of the sill to extend beyond the plane of the facade by 2 to 3 centimeters. When installing windowsills, it's very important to conduct the appropriate fall from the window toward the facade and thereby prevent water from collecting in the window area. The contact between the additional thermal insulation and the windowsill should be carefully filled with foam at the end to prevent the formation of a thermal bridge in the window area. In the area where the windowsill connects with the facade insulation, apply a special sealing tape. When the tape is taken from its reel, it begins expanding almost immediately. So, immediately after the sealing tape is applied, the fixing of the insulation boards under the windowsill should be carried out. When the leads for external blinds or shutters are already installed on the window, the connection between the window reveal and the facade or the shutter guide can be completed with a special PVC reveal profile. Further, this profile is used for the execution of the contact between the reveal and the finishing of the windowsill, as well as for the connection with the outer box of the shutters. Then proceed with the fixing of the window reveals insulation, and only after that with the fixing of the insulation boards on the remainder of the walls, which are placed over the insulation of the reveals.